What's going on, people? We're back again. I see you lot are viewing, but you're not hitting that like and you're not hitting that subscribe. So once you get through the door, as soon as you click that vid, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and then we move and take it from there. But I did say I'll be doing a video about the top 4 race. If you go watch my video that just dropped about the Bulls game, the preview, I did mention I was going to drop a top 4 race video, and here it is. Where did I start? To me, there shouldn't even be a top 4 race. It should be just Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. To be fair, there should be a race. It should be between 2 teams. It should be between Aston Villa and Spurs for the top 4 race. That should have been it. No Newcastle, no United, no Chelsea, nothing like that. A few months ago, let's say around probably November, you'd probably be saying it's guaranteed to be between Aston Villa and Tottenham for that last 4 space. And obviously, if 5th does go to Champions League, then you probably throw United in there. And no one would have said a thing. But fast forward a couple of months, Man United are now in the top 4 race. They are 6 points behind Tottenham, and they are 5 points behind Aston Villa. Now, Man United have not been good this season at all. The keeper's been crap, defence woeful at times, midfield not really doing anything, attack crap, couldn't hit a barn door. Yet fast forward a couple of months, they're now, whether they want to admit or not, mathematically they're now in a title race. And let's be clear, at one point, Aston Villa and Tottenham are about 11 plus points ahead of Man United, which is why, it's hard to make up those kind of points, especially when the way Tottenham and Aston Villa are playing and picking up points. So it didn't look feasible that Man United would even have a sniff. But Man United, Tottenham falling off, dropping points, Aston Villa dropping points, getting slapped everywhere they went, kind of, allowed a route for Man United back in this race, which I think since December, around Christmas time, whatever it is, I don't think they've lost a game. So they've been doing their stuff in the background, slowly, quietly, picking up points, chomping away at that gap, and we're now at a point where there's really no room for error, because 6 points is 2 wins. If we drop points against Wolves and United win, we say we lose and they win, it's now 3 points. So it's not as hard to claw back, as we first thought. Because watching Tottenham and Aston Villa playing at the start of the season, there was that, Man United are crap. They don't have a style of play. And they still don't have a style of, well, they do have a style of play, but it's a style of play which is probably not really one that you'd associate with Man United. It's a kind of smash and grab, kind of defend, hit on the break. It's that kind of style of football you're getting from Man United nowadays. And that's not really the Man United way. Usually they have the ball, passing it around, doing their thing, playing nice football. But the manager's going to say he don't have the players to play that type of football, so he has to play this way. And I'm not a Man United fan, but I have seen Man United over the years, and under Ferguson, he definitely had the worst team than this when he won it in, I think it was, 2008? The team was not great. Let's be clear, the team was crap. Probably, on paper, this team probably looks a lot better. But, he won the league with that team, so, it's not a thing that, the other players, if you're a manager and you're a good coach, then you're going to get these men to perform. And, that's what you're seeing, really, at Wolves at the moment with Gary O'Neill. And you're seeing it with Ange at Spurs, and you're definitely seeing it at Aston Villa with Unai Emery. Are these teams, like, when you look at them, people like, oh my God, they're world beaters? No. How many world-class players are in these teams? Aston Villa, Martinez, the goalkeeper. That's probably about it. Tottenham, Son. That's it. No one else. We've got good players, but when you're talking about world-class and top players, just Son. That's it. You go to United. Do they have any world-class players in there? Casemiro, Varane. I wouldn't say Martinez, is always injured, so I wouldn't say Martinez, but I'd definitely say Varane and Casemiro for sure. So, there are some top players, not a lot, but there are some players in that team of that ilk. And the fact that Aston Villa and Spurs have kind of let that ground slip and made, United kind of slowly worm their way back in. Like an ex that you say, when girls say, I'm done with him, I don't want to see him no more, I'm done with him, he ain't no good, he's this, and the next minute, he's kind of wormed his way back into a life. That's what this is. There's no way on God's green earth, Man United, the way they play, with the goalkeeper they have, should be anywhere near the top four. They shouldn't even have a chance. Now, if Tottenham don't finish in the top four, Aston Villa don't finish in the top four, then there's definitely something wrong there. And obviously it's Ange's first season, so we're not going to really batter him. But the players, I have to answer some questions, because the players have been there from Conte, a lot of them, not so much Johnson, he's new, but there's some players that are there from Conte, Mourinho era. And if you can't get over the line after having a gap like that, and you go and drop the ball, then yeah, it's not a successful season. It's bad enough you're out of all the cups. So for me, I would have preferred a cup rather than top four. But seeing as they've taken that away from me, I don't have much choice. So all we have now is the top four. Not really what I want, but it's gonna have to do. And if these don't do it after the gap they had, come the end of the season, they're not in that top four, and we're not in that Champions League again. Now listen, for me, Champions League is, obviously you want to be in the Champions League. Let's be clear, let's not be silly. Everybody wants to be in the Champions League. It gets money, it gets eyes on you, it apparently attracts bigger players. But what's the bigger thing for me is I want to get in the competition and actually win it. Now, you people might think, Tottenham can't win it. But let's be clear, Tottenham got to a Champions League final in 2019. And we should have won that Champions League, by the way. We got screwed with a penny, and this is how I knew the ref was on payroll, and they should check his bank account. Because he gave a penalty when Sissoko was kind of pointing and gesturing to his defender where to go, and they just kicked the ball out of his hand, because them times you get a penny for anything. Stupid, you head it, even if you're not looking at the ball. If it touched your hand and it went intentional, it was a penny. They had the stupid rule, then I'm glad they changed it. But if they don't give that penny in the first minute, I think we win that game. But because we're on the chase, and he put Harry Kane in, and he should have put Harry Kane in because he was injured for a good few games. He kept Lucas Moura in there, and I think that was the karma, because Potts put Harry Kane back in the fold. So I don't want to hear that we can't win it. We had a tough run. We had, I think, Man City in that run. We had Ajax. Remember, we were losing, by the way. We were losing 2-0 in aggregate. We lost 1-0 in the first leg. We were losing 1-0 at half-time. The Lucas Moura with one of the moments in Champions League history, that hat-trick, second half hat-trick. And then we get to the final. And I thought, once you get there, and Liverpool done a similar thing, but you see, you know what? This is probably our time now. Because there's so much things, the stars are aligning, we're going to win the Champions League this year. Before Arsenal. And it'll be lovely. But no, we lost 2-0. And probably shouldn't have. But it is what it is. So I want to get in there, and I want to actually challenge. I want to compete. I want to get out of the groups. I want to get to deep in the knockout stages. Because there's nothing worse than you get in there and then people just expect you to lose. And, obviously, like, you come up against like Bayern Munich. If we got Bayern Munich in the knockout over 2 legs, do I think we could beat Bayern Munich over 2 legs? Yes, I do. Now, I'm watching the Bayern Munich currently, and I saw them against Lazio. They were crap. Now, if we played that Bayern Munich, I think Tottenham can beat that Bayern Munich, 100%. Like, this Bayern Munich, I don't think if we win the league. I think Leverkusen will win it. But, I say all that to say that I expect us to get in the Champions League, and I expect us to compete. I don't want to be in there just to make up numbers. Just like, you know what, we got to have this, we got to have repetition from here, we got to have it from there. You know what, you lot just come in, fine. You might get to the group stage, you might get knocked out, you might finish and go. I don't want to put it this way. For me, I'm saying we either need to qualify for the next round, even first or second, or I don't think Europa League is for us. Now, if we get Europa League because we qualify for Europa League, then cool. But I don't want to go to Europa League from dropping out of the Champions League. That's what I don't want. Now, you might say, oh, well, you can't be. I don't want to do it that way. If we finish like 6th and we get Europa League, cool, go for it. But I don't want to be in the Champions League, get demoted to the Europa League, and go for it. I would rather just finish bottom of the group and we just don't bother, because for me, Tottenham playing Thursday and playing Sunday doesn't work. It never has. Every time we played on a Thursday, we play on a Sunday and lose. There was a pattern that when we played Thursday, we go on Sunday and lose, or put in a stink of a performance. We had more success when we played on a Tuesday or Wednesday and then played on a Saturday. I don't know how, because it's kind of the same gap, but I don't know. But it is what it is. So for me, it's got to be the Champions League. And if we're in the Champions League, let's take it seriously. And, you know, for me, as a Tottenham fan, like, I know that we need players in certain areas. And if we get Champions League, those areas need to be addressed. Because if not addressed, then we're not going to get anywhere in this next season. Or if we're in the Champions League, we're not going to get far. We need a striker. We need another winger on that left-hand side for sure. Whether they go for Werner or whatever, it needs to be, we need that. And we need a proper number 8. We need like a deep line playmaker. So we need a proper player in there. You know what I mean? If we can get that sorted, we'll be all right. And we definitely need someone in the left back role for sure. But we need to address that striker. And we need not a number 10 so much, even though Maddison, when he's injured, it would be nice to have someone in that number 10. But if we can get like a deep line playmaker, but they can also kind of step up in the number 10, then that's what we can do that. Because if we have someone that kind of real number 8 that can box to box, who helps with the attacks, like Basuma for me is not a number 8. He wears number 8, I believe, but I don't think he's number 8. Doesn't score no enough goals. He's never in the box, opposition box. And Sarr, still young. He kind of has the potential to be number 8 because he just kind of pop up with goals. But we definitely need something a little better than that. So, you know, if you're not going to sort out everything, just get me a striker. Go give me Ivan Toney. He wants to leave Brentford. They've already signed a new player, his replacement from Club Brugge. Go get me Ivan Toney. You give me Ivan Toney, then the season looks a lot better. Then, you know, we can just kind of build around that kind of thing. You know what I mean? But a striker's essential, and we need another midfielder. I would say like a deep line playmaker. We need a proper one, because Maddison, he's good in that 10, but he has to come too deep. We want him more advanced, and we want someone behind him that's going to create and can move the ball quickly and also support in the opposition box as well. So, you know, if we adjust that, then, you know, I think we can do it. And to be honest, I shouldn't even be making a video like this. Top 4 should already be guaranteed for Tottenham. So I shouldn't have to make this video. But the fact that Man United is slowly creeping up, and I know how we're going to drop points, we still have some hard games to play. So, you know, it's possible that we're going to drop points. I don't think we're going to go the whole season without dropping any points. It's not happening. And same with Man United. I don't think they're going to go a whole season without dropping points. But the fact is that they're a lot closer than they should be. We now have to look over our shoulder. And really and truly, it shouldn't have got to this stage. It should have been at least 9 points, 8 points, rather than 6. So, you know, they have chunked it down a lot. And there's still a lot of football to play. I believe there's about 14 games left, I believe. So I think we played about 24 games at the moment. So there's about 14 games left. So, you know, it is a bit of a worry. If it comes down to the last game of the season, then, you know, it's not going to be great, especially if we don't go and win that game. So, you know, we've seen it before with Arsenal. If you think about not last season, the season before, when Arsenal were, 5 points ahead of us, with about, 3-4 games left or so, There's only a handful of games left, and they're about 5 points ahead of us. They went on to lose to Newcastle. They lost another game, and we were winning ours. Then we came back, and then we finished above them on the last day of the season. So it's not impossible that Man United can still end in the top 4, even though it seemed fathomable at the time. But now it's now a thing, and it is now likely. So Tottenham have to do their job. I don't care about Aston Villa. If they want to battle that for 5th, that's fine. But Tottenham to get that 4th spot, because we already know the top 3 is already sorted. It's going to be Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal. They're going to be the top 3. So it's now going to come down to, who's going to take that 4th and 5th. Now, Tottenham, for me, we need that 4th. So, like, we're 4 points behind Arsenal. But, they're looking good. I hate to say it, but they're looking good. Obviously, still 14 games left. Still points that can be made up. Still can make up ground, so we can still probably get in that top 3. But Man United shouldn't even be in this conversation. So the top 4 race is heating up, coming toward the latter stages. So hopefully Tottenham end up in there. If you're a fan of another club, let me know where you expect to finish the season. Obviously, if you're a Chelsea fan, don't even bother, because top 10 I think you'll not be happy for. And you took Poch, who's not really a winner, and put him in to win, and now he's not winning. You're not happy, so it doesn't really make sense. He's not a winner, so what are you expecting him to do? I don't really understand. But you got a League Cup final, I guess. Maybe you can win that. Maybe you'll win that against Liverpool. I doubt it, but yeah, not having a conversation. So that's the top 4 race, which I didn't think would be happening. But I'll probably revisit this topic later on, when there's probably about 5 games left, and see where we are. But for right now, Man United is now finding themselves in a top 4 race that they probably shouldn't really be in. But because of the teams around them, i.e. Tottenham and Aston Villa, fumbling, it's allowed them to claw back. So if you made it to the end of the video and you haven't done so already, hit that like, hit that subscribe. More content to come. But until then, people, I'm out. Have a good weekend. And until next one, I'm out of here. Peace.